right, coming up next, it's a UFC heavyweight showdown. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Enter Bruce Lee.
I mean, that's Bruce Lee in a nutshell. Over and over and over, he did the same thing, and it shows in the technique because there's no wasted energy. There's no wasted movements. Everything he does with a purpose. He goes in there with an idea of what he's trying to accomplish, and he gets it done. Bruce Lee is the absolute best. Bruce Lee is the man. His grappling, his takedown defense figure to be tested here tonight, but there aren't that many guys who are going to want to stand and trade on a napkin in the center of the octagon with the great Bruce Lee. No, if you're fighting Bruce Lee, you're shooting for takedowns right away. Well, pretty much every time out in the UFC, DC, this man has put on a striking clinic, and that is his methodology coming in here tonight. He'll try to keep the fight on the feet. And that's why we tune in, right? That's why we tune in. We tune in to see guys that are dynamic. We tune in for the speed. We tune in for the knowledge of the striking game, the ability to set traps, the ability to find the jab, the ability to find the right hand, the right kick, the left kick, the knees, the elbows. He truly uses every weapon that he has in his arsenal to try and finish his opponents. You make one mistake, night's over. You cannot make mistakes against a guy that has the striking acumen of this guy right here. And the jab is not as underutilized a weapon as it was in MMA, say 5 or 7 years ago, but he's got as good a jab as anyone in the business, and that is where all of his striking flows off of. We'll see how it goes for him in this matchup tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Dan Mergliata. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Madison Square Garden Arena in New York City, it's time! 5 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California, USA, Bruce the Dragon Lee. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a kickboxer, making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 6 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 265 pounds. The Freak!
All right, commit to the rules in the locker room. I want you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. I want a nice, clean, safe fight. Touch gloves, back your corners, come out fighting.
You ready? You ready?
All right, so here we go with the start of round 1. I can tell how excited you are for this matchup. Seems to be a striking advantage on one side, but maybe not.
This is a big-time fight. It feels like a big moment for both of these guys' careers. Who is going to be able to implement their game plan the best in this matchup between these two big-time athletes?
Oh, really exploiting his reach advantage as he landed the jab there, DC. Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by this gentleman. Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range. Look at him drive his chin into his opponent's body with that body kick.
Muay Thai plump, and they separate. And now he goes with the combination of punches to the head, potentially some concussive damage there.
I mean, absolutely concussive damage. Landing all those strikes to the head. He's very accurate, he's very fast, and he has a real confidence every time he throws his punches.
Timing his shots pretty well here early, DC.
He's doing a great job of mixing things up, keeping busy, being very accurate. Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one up?
And there comes the separation now. Oh, collar tie. Hook is there again. Oh! All right, he engages in the single collar tie. Right punches there.
Look at him chopping the wood. Chop the wood with those leg kicks. Ooh, head kick lands, he's hurt.
All right, he closes the distance, gets the single collar tie.
Right hand punches the clinch. Oh, big punch lands.
All right, so a nice job there defensively to raise the guard and prevent any damage.
Those hands never leave where they're supposed to be, and if you do that, most times you will block the shot that's incoming.
Back to the left hand now, unable to connect.
When you're in a clinch, you can pull down on the head and land these beautiful punches to the head. Nice straight punch. There's no give on that leg kick.
Lee's lower jaw now starting to show signs of swelling. Nice 1-2 there. Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Well, he has certainly found the range and staying pretty busy here on the feet.
He's being busy, but it's also the timing and the accuracy that's allowing him to land the attacks. He's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Oh, he might be out. Oh. Back to the feet. Oh, big knee.
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get
Lee
it.
getting worked here from the top. You don't want to take too many more of these ground and pound strikes. All right, Muay Thai clinch. A lot of elbows and knees could be coming from here. We'll see how he chooses to attack.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous position, but an advantageous one for the offensive fighter. Watch for the defensive guys to try to break this immediately.
Oh, eats a knee to the head. Huge block there.
Nice kick. These guys are going at it.
Well, you saw the tail of the tape. He has a reach advantage and made good use of it there with that punch. Oh, continuing to work the body to great effect.
Real sneaky head kick gets in there.
Oh!
What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this one. Go finish his fight.
Oh, he might be out. Knee to the body. Well done to catch the kick. We'll see what he can do. Oh, there's a land with the kick, so certainly a good sign for him there.
When that's working, you know he's in for a good night. Head kick.
Oh, single collar tie here. And they separate.
Nice looping punch.
Oh, that could be good as he lands the knee to the body. He's a tall fighter and he's going to have the size advantage against most opposition in this division. Single collar tie. 5 minutes in the books. All right, so a big knockdown in that last round. DC will show you the replay. Nearly had him out of there.
He almost had him out. He had him gone. He hurt him real bad. He thought the fight was over. But the night will go on. The dance continues. Will this be the final dance?
That was awesome. You really hurt him at the end of that round now. He is not going to recover, okay? I want you to go out there this round, and I want you to...
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Yes, that he hurt him in the last round. Same exact one. Straight punch lands.
Oh, and yet another knee finds the target. So a huge moment here. Now we'll see if he can follow it up. Lee's lower jaw looking extremely swollen now. Good series of strikes for him there, staying busy. Whoa!
He needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Big knee to the body. And now he's got the tie clinch. Oh!
Oh, he's hurt bad.
Oh! Huge right hand! Back to the feet.
Oh, nice right hand.
Oh! Beats a big knee.
You're in the clinch. You go to the body. That's an investment. You keep on putting that money away with every single body shot.
Good series of strikes by him there.
Great job of mixing it up, staying active, keeping busy, doing great work.
And he landed the right hand there. Oh, and now he lands the knee. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's hurt really bad.
He's got him hurt here. Oh, massive diving punch flush to the head. Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
How about the speed on that reversal there? I mean, I know you can get out of some bad spots, but not with that type of speed.
You cannot allow him to get leverage on the bottom. What a sweep.
And he's back to his feet. Good sign for him there. Man, as he landed a high volume of strikes here in round 2, definitely picking up the pace after round 1. So he got the message from the corner, and now he is taking control of this second round.
That was a thudding leg kick.
All right, he engages in a single collar tie here. Well, it's one thing to have length, it's another thing to use it, and he does it as well as anyone. Nice kick there by Lee. Single collar tie now.
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Just over 2 minutes now to go in round 2. Back to the feet.
Look at the force behind that leg kick. Punch over the top.
Trying to find a home for that right hand.
He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks.
All right, single collar tie now.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
All right, so he's landed some good shots. You hate to be overly critical, but nothing really in terms of combinations tonight.
Well, the jab has been looking great. How about jab, jab, right hand?
Right. Because
eventually you're going to have to put something on your opponent that's going to really make him pause. I believe the jab has been working so well, if he drops a big right hand after it, he may be able to finish his fight.
And both guys really throwing with authority. Oh, man, this guy kicks like a mule.
So hard. He kicks so hard every time you can see him drive his shin into his opponent.
Well, at this point, he's got to be way up on the judges' scorecards, clearly winning the fight, and largely has gotten it done with his striking tonight.
He got it done with his striking. He fought well behind the jab, but it was significant strikes that really did make an impact on the judge's mind.
Oh, he has landed a high volume of strikes in this round, and whoa! And just like that, the fight is over.
He's done, he's done. Oh my goodness, what a fight.
Beautiful shot to end the fight right there. It couldn't have landed much more flush than it did, and I'm not even sure the opponent saw it coming, quite frankly. So, near perfect execution on the strike that ultimately results in the KO here tonight. All right, DC, no telestrator tonight, but we're going to get you some highlights from this one. This was a fight that had it all, and for my money, his best performance to date.
His best performance to date in the biggest moment. In the biggest moments, you got to show up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. He used every bit of his skill to get the job done. Ready for the official decision, Bruce Buffer has it.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliana has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 32 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout, the Freak!
Oh, there he is after a huge knockout win tonight. You going to the after party or what?
I mean, I'm heading over there right now, John. I'm asking the producers, how soon can I get up? Because it's going to be a party over there. Not only because of the knockout, but that extra bonus check he's going to be carrying to the club tonight.